So I would like to share a recipe with you. This is for peppermint bark, and as you may know, it is commonly made around the holidays and given as Christmas gifts or just as a special treat for your family. So today I am going to use all ingredients which I picked up at ALDI, and so we'll start here with this white chocolate. It is so wonderful. So you'll need 1 bar of the white chocolate, and you'll need 2 bars of this 70% cocoa chocolate, and then a box of hard candy canes along with these little soft peppermints. Now these aren't, real soft like gummy bear or anything like that, but you know what I'm talking about. They're kind of puffy. So I'm actually making this recipe in memory of a friend of mine that I grew up with, and our children grew up together when they were very young. She passed away many years ago. This is a picture of us in our classroom when we were in the 6th grade, and this is when we became friends. So I'm in the middle there, and then she is off to the left, and her name was Patti. So her trick to making peppermint bark was to put soft peppermint into the candy, and I don't know where she got this idea, but I did ask her husband, and he thinks that she got it from her mother, who was a wonderful Southern cook. I loved to go over to their house, especially if we had sleepovers or whatever when we were teenagers, and her mom would wake up and cook a huge breakfast of biscuits and gravy and sausage, always so wonderful. So anyway, this was her tip, was to use soft peppermint in addition to the hard candy canes and the peppermint bark. So now also from Aldi, you will need to pick up some parchment paper if you don't have some already. So you'll need about 15 of the soft peppermint candies. If you cannot find these at Aldi, I think it's just a limited time product. You can probably find soft peppermint sticks at another grocery store. So you'll want to crush these pretty good in just a little plastic bag. And then after you've crushed them, you'll want to divide them. Probably this is about a 1/2 cup, and you'll divide it into 2 1/4 cups. And then with 2 candy canes, you don't need a lot of the candy canes. Go ahead and crush those as well, and then set those aside. And I like to make sure I get all of this ready to go, because this comes together pretty fast actually once you have prepped all of your ingredients. So go ahead and crush all of your dark chocolate along with all of your white chocolate. So now everything is prepped and ready to go. I'll go ahead and prep the parchment paper on just a baking sheet. That should be fine. And then go ahead and put your chocolate pieces in like a glass bowl over some simmering water. You do not want this to be too hot, just about anywhere from 80 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So it should melt very slow. And so go ahead and get that chocolate melting. I actually have this little bitty laser tester that I love. I did not realize I would use this so much, but I'm using it all the time, and it tests the surface temperature of just about anything you need to have tested. So this was just getting right around where I needed it, and so I set my chocolate aside and I went ahead and started the white chocolate. So the timing is pretty important here. So my white chocolate was just starting to melt. So now onto the parchment paper, we can smooth out the dark chocolate, try to get it nice and thin. And then take 1/4 cup of that soft peppermint that you divided and sprinkle it right there on top of the dark chocolate. And into the refrigerator it goes. We need to leave it in there about 5 to 8 minutes. And now we can continue to melt the white chocolate. I read on another blog that if you let the chocolate sit in the refrigerator too long, when you put the white chocolate on top, it will not stick together. So I heeded that warning, and I just left it in there, anywhere from 5 to 8 minutes. And now with the white chocolate, we'll just drizzle it right on top. Now this is going to be very rustic, nothing real fancy, and I'll show you at the end how it comes together. It'll still taste good even if it's rustic. That I will promise you. And now that you've drizzled on the white chocolate, just sprinkle over the rest of your candy, your soft peppermint puffs, along with the candy canes. One reason Patti did not like to put all the hard peppermint candy into the bark was because she said a lot of times it interfered with enjoying the chocolate because all that candy cane would get stuck in your teeth when you would eat it. So that made sense to me, and the soft peppermint really does give a wonderful mint flavor to the chocolate, and without having a lot of that hard candy that you bite into. And then you put just a little bit of the hard candy on top, and it kind of, shimmers and glistens a little bit. It looks real pretty. So just give it a good tap to work the candy down into the chocolate, and you can move it back and forth just a little bit just to ensure that it's going in there, and then just pop it into the refrigerator until it sets up good, probably about an hour, and it should remove very easily from the parchment paper. And now, like I said, I just want to do this kind of rustic, just break it right into. And then I remember the way my friend used to love to present this. Actually, I don't even remember that she used the dark chocolate. I think she just kind of stuck to the white chocolate. She would put it in mason jars and give it away to everyone. And that was always kind of in keeping with the rustic look of the candy. Not perfect, but it was always just wonderful. And so you can just stick that in a little mason jar, a wide mouth mason jar, and then you can just decorate it with a little bit of garland or ribbon, a bow, whatever you want to do. And then I thought I would just leave here with some pictures of our children when they were growing up. To the left here is my son Tommy, and to the right is her daughter Allie. And then this is Allie at the beach with my son Jay. And then here's Patti with my son Jay, and then Allie and my son Tommy, and then her son Austin with Allie and my son Tommy. We were always doing something fun. And this is her entire family with her husband, her son, and her daughter. And then lastly, this is Allie and Tommy. So I don't want to end the video talking about colonoscopies, but Patti did pass away from colon cancer. She had 4th stage colon cancer, and she passed away 9 months after her diagnosis. So just a reminder to you guys out there, make sure you're getting your checkups, and I hope you can try the recipe, and I hope you have a wonderful Christmas. Thank you so much for watching, and y'all have a beautiful day.